It's been a week since Brawl Cup and it's given me some time to evaluate all the teams, and now I'm going to be doing another global rankings post Brawl Cup. I did one pre-Brawl Cup. It was bad, let's be honest, it's bad. Let's not talk about it anymore because I've improved it and I think a lot of people will like it. There are 1 or 2 discrepancies here, but without further ado, let's just get started. I've increased it to 20 teams, and in last place is BSC Gaming, the South American West team. Yeah, I don't understand why we give 3 spots to South America. If anything, it should just be the first seed from South America, and then there should be a playoff between South America West and the second seed South America for who makes it. Because my god, this was the most useless thing ever. South America were the worst team at Brawl Cup by a mile. Yeah, it's something I want to talk about later. So they're in the F tier, as I'm calling it. And then we go from 12 to 19. So these are like the B tier teams, kind of. So like, I'm not really sure how to rank them, where to place them. But as you can see, we got Vatic, SKC, East Asia, Loud and Toxic Lotus. They're kind of here. They're not too bad, but I'm hoping to see more as we go forward in the BSC. And A0 is now coming down. I rated them highly before because I thought they were decent because they'd won every single monthly final and they beat Toxic Lotus, the previous kings of China mainland. But after their performance, I've had to drop them. They didn't make it out of the group stage, lost to Bounty Hunters, of course, and Hmble. If they had taken Bounty Hunters players, I might put them higher, but unfortunately, they are now in 16th. Under Vatic, SKC, Loud is pretty bad over there, but I think they should beat the China mainland. And Toxic Lotus, they were really close to the Tribe, which is why they're above A0. And it's the best chance China mainland had in the tournament. So these are the B tier teams. Now let's go on to the A/B tier teams. So they're kind of getting towards the A tier. We have Bounty Hunters, Team Heretics and Eternal. Both South American teams are here. They didn't do amazing. I mean, Eternal flopped out Group C, didn't beat Revenant X-Park, and of course Crazy Raccoon was there. They didn't do amazingly, so I've had to drop them a few points, and same with Bounty Hunters. They did get out of the group stage and they even won a set. The 2 sets that Hmble lost at Brawl Cup in the entire thing, one of them was done by Bounty Hunters, so fair play actually. But overall it wasn't amazing, and well, they faced Zeta, so there's not really any chance of winning that. I did rate South America really high, let's not talk about it. I kind of rated their consistency over a global performance. I understand that now, so I've changed it. And in 10th we have Team Heretics. Now, they weren't at Brawl Cup, but they're having a kind of roster change, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect them. But I think they have Joker, Maru and iChaos now or something. So 3 pretty strong players, and hopefully they'll come back in this next monthly final and prove that they have updated their roster. They're now better than ever and they're going to start making grand finals appearances. I'm really looking forward to this team actually proving what they're worth, because they deserve the number 3 spot in the MEA, but I want to see it actually happen. So these are the A/B tier teams, and now we're on to the solid A tier teams. Starting with Relum, they made Brawl Cup, and although they are probably one of the better teams in North America, they struggled at Brawl Cup, unfortunately. They lost to Zeta in a really not that close match. They won 2 sets, but they only won 4 games, meaning the only games they won were in the sets that they won. And I think Zeta, they won like 66% of the games available to be won. It was pure domination from Relum, and they also struggled against Hmble, got completely outdrafted, completely exposed. I'm a little worried for Relum, but I still think they'll be the number 1 or 2 team in NA. And then Team Electros, they weren't at Brawl Cup, but if they hadn't fumbled, they would have made it instead of Tribe. I still think they're a good team, and I think 7th is still a good rough place for them now, but it might change in the next monthly finals, we'll see. And Revenant X-Park, let's be honest, it's just Sergeant. That's the only person on that team that was good. I feel really bad for him, and I might do a video reviewing his gameplay and his future for like the South Asia region. They weren't bad actually. They had some really good moments, some very clever drafting, but it was just Sergeant really. Sergeant is just 8th on this list. He is a brilliant player, and I really hope he gets better opportunities in the future. Maybe not complete A-tier team, maybe A and B, but I'm gonna leave it there for now because he is a fantastic player who's carrying his team and this Southeast Asia region. So that's the A-tier teams, and now we're on to the top 5, starting with Tribe Gaming in the 5th spot. I'm surprised I'm saying that they're so high, but I mean, they made the semi-finals against Hmble. It's the first time Tribe have escaped the group stage and made it this high in the longest time. It feels like maybe 1 or 2 years. I'm really impressed by them. I'm really impressed by the performance, because not only did they beat Foot, they also beat Revenant X-Bug, and in those games they had really good drafting, decent mechanics, and it looked like a different tribe to what I was seeing in North America. So I have strong hopes to them, and hopefully they will win their first monthly final. Somehow they haven't done that already, even though they're number 1 right now. It's insane. It blows my mind, but I really hope they can do it. Going into number 4, we have Zeta Division. Now they have been on a downhill for quite a while. Beat Realm. It wasn't close, but it felt close because it was 3-2. But they did well, but they kind of just crumbled to Foot really. Like, there was no coordination in the bans. They should have banned Mina. They didn't. I don't know why. It's not looking amazing for Zeta. Not amazing for East Asia as a whole, to be honest. So that's why they're still 4th. I wouldn't say anyone else is above them currently, but could change in the monthly final if they get knocked out in the quarters and Tribal Realm make the grand finals. Maybe I could consider a change there, but for now they're staying a solid 4th. And now we're on to the top 3. In 3rd place, it's Crazy Raccoon. They were really not what I expected at Brawl Cup. I easily thought they were either going to make the finals or semis at least. I didn't think they would get wiped out by Foot that easily. And although they were fine in the group stage, it just didn't feel like a Crazy Raccoon performance. I don't know if they're holding back. I don't know if they're struggling like with drafts, because it looked like that for sure, but I don't want to make any assumptions, but I'm really expecting more. I don't think they're lower than NA or lower than Zeta, but they're definitely not top 2. I did rate them top 2 still because it was my first rankings. Ignore that. This is better. I think 3 is a good place for now, but again, could change with the next monthly final. Who knows? And so in 2nd place, we have Foot Esports. Even though they lost Guesty at Brawl Cup, they are still amazing. They made the grand finals with Linane. Fantastic player. Hope he gets signed by the time this video is out, whenever that is. And they still really promising. Really good mechanics. Really good drafting, but Hmble just slightly outdrafted them a little bit in the grand finals. Really promising. Little worried that Tribe beat them, but regardless, they are definitely going to be number 1 or 2 in EMEA. Wouldn't be surprised if they won 2 monthly finals, but they're in a really good spot, and I really hope they carry this momentum into the world finals when we get there. And that means in 1st place we have Hmble. Now I did rank them 3rd after quite a disappointing April monthly finals. I may have taken that a little too serious, because in the grand scheme of things they are still one of the best teams in the world, and they then proved that in Brawl Cup, being the best team in that tournament by a landslide, complete landslide, only losing 2 sets, a handful of games, maybe like 6 games or something. It was fantastic to watch. Their drafting was incredible, mechanics were incredible, Boss was incredible. What a fantastic player he was. Lucky Semantic as well, fantastic. It's just a fantastic organization, roster, team, brilliant. And so they are back to number 1 after I maybe were a bit too critical on them, but they're fantastic number 1. They'll probably lose another monthly final or 2. I still think they will be the number 1 team in Worlds, because I mean, this Brawl Cup, it didn't even look like a challenge for them. They did have an easy group, but at the same time, no one else other than FUT Esports were matching their level. EMEA are so dominant right now. It might even be an EMEA World Finals Grand Final, who knows. But here are my final rankings. Hopefully I improved, and hopefully we can somewhat agree with the 1 to 10 spots. 11 downwards, like I'm not too sure obviously, because they haven't played in Brawl Cup. They're doing roster changes or whatever, and there's still like another split to go, so maybe I can refine it a little bit as we get there. But that is my final rankings. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later, Sproutlings. Bye.